All right. So today we're going to talk about the marketing mix price, some of the goals or objectives for this section, um, identify pricing objectives for a business, calculate the price for products using various methods, discuss factors to consider when pricing, list and describe various pricing techniques. Um, some of the vocabulary or terms from this section: return on investment or ROI, the market share, demand based pricing, okay, cost based pricing, competition based pricing, psychological pricing, and discount pricing. The mini case study on focusing on small business: what should I charge? Marie was excited about her new business called Straighten It Out, which offered laundry services such as washing and ironing clothes for busy people. She would go to the homes of her clients once or twice a week and do all their laundry for them. She liked the work and looked forward to the opportunity to make money while home from college. She was not sure how much she should charge for her services. She thought about charging a flat hourly rate. She realized that some of the tasks would take longer than others, and some would require extra care, such as having to treat stains, iron pleats, or handle delicates. An hourly rate might not be the fairest way to charge customers or the best way to earn money. Setting pricing objectives there on page 131 of the text. The price is the actual amount a customer pays for a product or service. The prices you charge must be low enough so that customers will buy from you, not from your competitors. To earn a profit, though, your prices need to be high enough so revenues exceed expenses. Before you can select a pricing strategy, you're going to need to establish objectives for your pricing program. What is the most important thing that you want the price to do? Examples of pricing objectives include maximizing sales, discouraging competition, establishing an image, increasing profits, and attracting customers. Uh, the return on investment section there on page 132. Uh, Drew Fiddler, are you out there? Drew Fiddler, can you talk to us about return on investment? Excellent. Noe Lorenzo, are you there? Noe Lorenzo, would you mind talking to us this morning about something called market share? I got you. Amount of the sales is 192,500 divided by the total market share of 1.75 million equals an 11% market share. Thank you, Nelly. The chart below graphically illustrates Luisa's market share along with the expected market shares of her competitors. Your market share is going to depend on the level of competition in your market. If you create a market for an entirely new product, your market share will be 100% because you will be the only supplier, at least for a period of time. If you enter a market with many competitors or one in which a few large companies dominate the market, your market share will be small at first. Companies in a highly competitive environment must develop a plan to gain a higher market share. Companies can increase market share in many ways. One way is to lower prices. Advertising and promotion campaigns that attract more customers can help too. You can also network with potential customers. Networking involves establishing informal ties with people who can help your business grow. Attending trade association meetings and other gatherings can give you good opportunities to network and gain customers. One of Louisa's goals is to become the most successful gourmet shop in her community by having a market share of at least 40% and a 10% return on investment. If Louisa wants a market share of 40%, she will need to generate annual sales of at least $700,000. Based on this, Louisa sets her pricing objectives carefully. She decides to set her prices low to build customer traffic. Once Louisa has increased her market share, she may raise prices slightly to increase her return on investment. To help increase her market share, Louisa will seek out networking opportunities. As part of her networking efforts, Louisa is going to play softball in a local women's league in the summer. She also plans to attend Chamber of Commerce meetings monthly. She hopes that through both settings, she will meet people who will become customers. She also hopes to meet other business professionals such as lawyers, financial advisors, and other business owners who might offer advice on ways to run her business more efficiently and in turn increase her return on investment. Return on investment and market share were two of the key terms that we talked about today. Let's take a closer look in the PowerPoint. Jaden Sosa, are you out there this morning, Jaden? How you feeling this morning, bud? How you feeling this morning? You got up a little early this morning, huh? Was your alarm clock set wrong or something? It's all good. I'm glad that you're here and glad that you're in class and paying attention and stuff, bro. Good to have you. Yeah. All right. Jaden, while I have you, can you talk to us about some of the goals or objectives in Chapter 5, Section 3 with Identify? Excellent. So, I think no matter what kind of business you are, you could be a restaurant, you could be in retail, you could be a contractor that is doing various flooring or plumbing or heating or drywall services, you could be a delivery service. You've got to have pricing techniques or pricing objectives. Sometimes people charge by the square foot. Some people charge by the item. When you talk about going to a restaurant, you have certain kinds of items on the menu, appetizers and entrees and desserts and drinks and these kinds of things. They have or they set prices, and then so this pricing technique or this pricing approach is important because it can help affect your sales or your bottom line or whatnot. So, Jaden was nice enough to read us those objectives. Thanks, Jaden. Some of the terms are return on investment, the market share. These two we talked about. Drew Fidler talked to us about return on investment, and Noe talked to us about market share. Demand-based pricing, cost-based pricing, competition-based pricing, psychological pricing, and discount. We'll probably talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Setting pricing objectives. Well, what is the price? Okay, it's the amount a customer pays for a product or service, and then it needs to be low enough that customers buy from you. Okay, so if your price is too high, you're not going to get. If your price is too high, you're not going to get the amount of sales that you want. Of course, when you're talking about a company like Apple that is synonymous with technological advances and high quality, they can set their prices very high. With when you have a very good, successful, notable brand, okay, you establish that brand, and that brand is synonymous with quality or with something that people want. So you can get a higher price. Let's say, for instance, a number of years ago, Beat headphones. Everybody wanted Beats. This is before Apple bought them, and people still get Beat headphones. But um, were those headphones necessarily better than all the rest? There was just a little bit of a brand synonymous with quality and with something that you wanted. So it needs to be high enough so that revenues exceed expectations. Objectives for a pricing program should be established prior to selecting a pricing strategy. Objectives might include maximizing sales, discouraging competition, establishing an image, increasing profits, and attracting customers. Your return on investment. So your investment, the cost of making and marketing a product. So, you're putting money in so that you can make this product and effectively market it. Now, the return on investment is the amount earned as a result of the investment. It's usually expressed as a percentage. The market share is a business's percentage of the total sales generated by all companies in the same market, and the market share for cellular phone services. I mean, tremendous. You have Verizon, and you have Cricket Wireless, and you have T-Mobile, and you have Comcast. There's so much of demand for cell phone service, and has that expanded and has that grown over time? Maybe it's still growing. Who knows? I mean, you think of how many people there are in the world that don't quite have a smartphone yet, but maybe could. Now, areas of India, areas of China, areas of Africa. There might even be pockets in the United States still. Even though I think the U.S. market's probably been pretty saturated. I think market share is something that you need to have a handle on. How many customers are out there? How much do we have right now? Do we want a larger market share? Are we able to handle the volume? Are we going to necessarily be more profitable? It's the total market for a product, or the total market for a product must be known in order for market share to be determined. Market share equals the amount of sales divided by the total market size. And there's multiple ways to increase market share. You can lower your prices. You can advertise and promote. You can network with potential customers. These are all important things that you can do to increase your market share. Why is it important to determine pricing objectives before pricing goods and services? You've got to know what you want. Okay. You've got to know, do you want to establish yourself as a high margin product, or are you going after a market share? You might have to drop your prices to a certain point to um, establish yourself, get a good core part of the market, and then possibly raise them over time. All right. So there's got to be pricing objectives. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop presenting here.